I can't turn it, can it? Well, I can turn it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me try to switch my orientation. Let me try to switch my orientationals, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. How are y'all doing this morning, child? We just gonna have to go with that. I know y'all can't hardly see me, child. Y'all know it's still, what time is it? What time is it? I just heard Moore's Day in my spirituals. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the message this morning. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you've had a fantastic and amazing and wonderful weekend. Um, it's been a weekend, Charles. It's been a weekend. I ain't lying. It's been a weekend, but I receive it. It's been very, very informational, very transformational, I would say. Which ones y'all want to use? I don't know. I don't know because y'all was still giving me stuff before I had came on here, child. That's why I still had the journal. Don't do me. Don't do me. Child, Spirit Name is excited, y'all. I'm excited to be here with y'all this morning. Great morning. Y'all come in, like the live, share the love. How y'all feeling this morning? The same ones from yesterday? Well, not angelic help at the bottom of the deck. We receive it. Come on, angelic help. Okay, well, since I saw it, we'll keep it. And these and those. All to do it. I hope y'all are doing fantastic. Welcome to the message this morning. Y'all know we tapping in with spirit guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters of the highest and purest light vibration and energy. Um, Y'all, I feel like it's one of them, okay, I'm back kind of moments, for real, for real. Y'all, can I just tell y'all that my eyesight, I feel like it's getting so bad. Good morning, Sandy Neal. Great morning, honey. What you guys doing? I hope y'all are doing well. We're going to see what Spirit want to talk. Yeah, Mom. Yeah. We're going to see what Spirit want to talk about. Because they like, okay, I'm back. I literally was just talking to Padre God about that, or he was really talking to me. He got a little straightening in my spirituals. He did. He be doing that sometimes. He got a little straightening in my spirituals, and told me some things right before we came on here. So I was still trying to write those down. So y'all know this is a new time. So I'm trying this new time to see how it works for me. Thank y'all for those of you who tapped in for Bible clarity this morning. Y'all, the Bible getting good, child. It is getting good. Yeah, because they ain't even, child. The Lord is not playing about we finna talk about some blessings for disobedience and obedience, and he is not playing in this season about what he's getting ready to do for us. So we received that. Okay. Um, y'all, I had the message that I was talking about this morning, and I named this when I set this up last night. I remember when I looked at it, I remember exactly what happened, why I put this on the calendar for today. And so when I did this, it was, hold on, I could tell y'all specifically. I don't know if y'all were on here. Is it 6 o'clock? But it was something very specific. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm gonna have to turn that alarm off. Okay, I'm back. My bad, y'all. My alarm went off. Um, I remember when I put this on here on the calendar. Let me see if it'll even pull up. If that ain't going to, I ain't charge this iPad up. I had gotten a DM and I read the DM to y'all. Um, and that's why when I looked at this last night, I knew immediately what it was that made me um put this on the calendar for today. Y'all come in, drive, like the live, share the love. I'm at work, looking forward to the word. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited for everything that the Lord is doing in this season, because he's changing some things up. He literally just got a little straightening in my spirituals right now. Like, not even kidding, y'all. He had told me something right before I came on here, and yeah, Daddy, you had all caps to me. You did. You had all capitalizationals. You did, and you did. You put, Daddy. You had put a little bass in your spiritual. I ain't. You just. It was just a little bit. Yesterday, if you have not seen Sunday Spirituality, we talked about gifts. Good morning, Jamila. Good morning, honey, Wani. Y'all come in, like, share, love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for this weekend. I'm grateful for transformation. I'm grateful, y'all. Just so much stuff has happened. But anyway, okay, I'm back. So the Lord was just talking to me about, like, listen, over Sunday spirituality, we talked about gifts, and he was just talking, he just checked me in my spirituals about my own gift as well just now. Um, and so so that was that. That's that for that. So we'll get back to that in a second. But when I put this on the calendar for a couple weeks ago, it was a couple of weeks ago when I put this on here. It was around April the 9th, as a matter of fact. And the reason I know that is because I got a DM from someone, and in that conversation, and I read this to y'all, and I'm gonna read it to you again. Someone sent me a DM, and it said, honestly, I have had people ask me why I reach you, why I watch you. Why, first of all, because I can't see y'all. Don't be judging me, okay? Don't judge me. Um, and then the Lord kind of gave me some more about this morning. Hold on, y'all. Let me find my spectacles because y'all know I can't see. I promise my vision, my short, I can see fine without my glasses, but up close, but I can't see nothing. Okay, I'm back. Listen. So this was April the 9th. I got a DM and it said, honestly, I have had people ask why I watch you and post your messages. My question to them is, how many times do you pick up the Bible over a blunt or a cigarette or a drink? So my cards and her message speaks volumes over what you only listen to once a week. Every day I can pull a scripture, and every day I'm doing Bible study, and every day my widget shuffles words of guidance, wisdom, and knowledge. So who are you to judge when your faith is limited to Sunday? Message. I had people come at me on why you in a car. This is, of course, talking about me. I had people come at me about why you in a car. I had to say, if God told you to leave and be in a car and depend on me, could you do it? So don't talk to me about faith in God if you don't have her type of faith. I admire your strength and courage. I really love you in real life and will continue to support. You're a blessing for me. I was lost and you helped me find my way back to Father God and Brother Jesus, and help me connect with the angels and ancestors. God bless you, dearest one. One day when you have a live testimony, I will tell my story. Okay, so when I put this on the calendar, it was as a result of this that I received on April the 9th. Because I chopped it up with Padre God about it, and I was that day, and I was just, of course I responded. I gave a response to it, and I was just like, a lot of people will say that, but and so when I saw it this morning, it immediately took me back to that. I knew why I had put this particular message on the calendar. And so it's like, would you do it? Right? Would you do it? Would you do something that the Lord is telling you to do and it don't make no sense? Would you do it? And when I wrote it on the calendar, I wrote things like the little snippet the Lord gave me was like, would you quit your 9 to 5 job and go start your business if that's what the Lord told you to do? Would you give up something? What would you do? Would you do it? If the Lord asked you, that's what I wrote. If the Lord asked you to have unwavering faith, like you just gonna do it, would you do it? And so I have found myself in these would you do it kind of moments. And so if you were on Sunday spirituality yesterday, I told y'all, I said that I did something this weekend, and as a result of as a result of what I did, I had, because I was scared, y'all. I'm kid y'all not. When I was doing this, I was crying. I was hard down crying, and I was just like, Lord, I just don't want to get this wrong. I just like there was a transformation, a breakthrough moment that happened for me as a result of attending this conference I went to this weekend. So as a result of that, I had a moment where it's just like I just can't do this anymore. Not giving up. Don't get it twisted. Not giving up because I don't have the opportunity. I don't have the ability to give up. There's nothing to go back to. So I have to make a way. I have to move forward. So it's not about giving up, but you can be tired of a situation. And so I was like, Lord, you're gonna have to tell me something. Some gotta shake, some gotta give. So this weekend, something gave. And so I was like, the Lord put a choice in front of me, y'all. And I'm gonna just keep it a buckles with y'all. I still don't know if I made the right decision, right? But I know that what I did, I'm looking at the long-term benefits, but it required me putting something else on the line in order to do the thing that I did this weekend. And so, but I was just like, Lord, if I was like, whatever it takes for me, because I know what the Lord, I told y'all when we talked about marching orders back several weeks ago, I know what the Lord spoke into my spirituals. One thing I don't, and it was so that you can't miss it. Like, and it's something, one thing I know is when it's something, it's not, you got to keep doing it. Like you got to, it's like coming on here and giving these messages. So all of this gonna tie together in just a second. So he gave me the next set of instructions of what I was going to do, which is something that I was like, what, Lord, that don't even make sense. You sure you want me to do it? He said, yes. Okay, Lord, whatever you say. I'm doing what the Lord said. And so I told y'all, I went and took this little job and I was like, okay. But again, I went and found the job. The job didn't find me. And so I was like, well, I'm trying to force something into being. I'm trying to rush something. Y'all know I was like, I had another opportunity. Let me go do something else. By the way, I did go door dashing last night, y'all. And it was okay. There, like I true story. I did not do I didn't do enough. I was giving up too soon. And so I actually went I'm going door dashing again today because I'm not going to sit idle. I'm like, okay, Lord, whatever it takes for me to start making something happen, making something shake, I'm going to do that. And I feel like this was an instruction that the Lord gave me to do. I was just trying to do it my way. So that was me taking taking the job that I took. And I knew it just, and I did not know until yesterday why that particular thing didn't resonate in my spirituals. But I was talking to my dad and I was like, OMG, this is why it didn't resonate for me, why I felt like I couldn't stay there. So so yesterday, as a result of a step that I took this weekend, I had to take another step. I had to write something out, and it was really a reflection and it was just a synopsis of things that have happened for me over the last 7 years. And when the Lord releases me to, I'm going to read it to y'all. But it took me back for a second because I had to send this to someone else. And it made me start looking at like the different sacrifices when I had to write about the part, man, when I had to write about the part about the last, let's say since 2022, it was all the Lord called me. And he said, leave everything, stop everything, drop everything and follow me. And y'all, I was a new little hunty one T. Okay. I was a new little hunty one T to the faith, to faith, right? To the Lord. Let me say it that way. A baby Christian, if you will. And so when the Lord told me to leave everything, it's why Genesis 12:1-3 became so significant for me, because that scripture just would not leave me alone. It would not leave me alone. So as y'all know, from March of 2023 up until now, I've been very nomadic. I've been from here all across Texas and back again and back again. And so as I was writing that out last night, or the other day, y'all, or it may have been yesterday. I think it was yesterday. As I was writing it out, I was like, OMG, like you don't really think about how much you've given to following sometimes the Lord. If you ain't never just wrote out some of the sacrifices that you've made, you think about it. But have you ever just sat down and looked and said, man, I really did that. Like I dropped everything. I left everything. I was like, okay, Lord. He said, leave everything. And I did. I had to leave my daughter here, y'all. It was her she was just getting out on her own, had just got her new apartment, had just got her new car, and I had to make the sacrifice. I had to leave her and go my own way, right? And so because I had to follow the Lord, and my son was with me, and y'all know, so I had him, and I'm trying to I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to Dallas to make a life for myself. And Then the Lord said, no, it don't stop there. Then the Lord took my son, and I had to give my son up, y'all. Come on, God. I had to give my son up. I have full custody of my son, y'all. My son, my children have always been with me. When I got divorced, my children have always been with me. And so I've never not had my children. And so as a result of me following this path, by being committed, come on, God, being committed to the cross, y'all, I sacrificed two of my children. I sacrificed I had to leave my daughter out here to figure it out by herself because I was committed to doing what the Lord told me to do. My son then had to go through the trauma of jumping school to school. We Airbnb to Airbnb. This was when the Lord was still blessing me to be able to do that, right? And then he said, now you got to let him go, because the Lord knew that he was going to have me in this car from then until now. And so I was like, okay, Lord. And so my son had to go stay with his dad. And so now it's just been, so I started thinking about that. And then he was like, no, you can't work. Right. So all of this, would you do it? All of this ties in, because see, people will look at your surface level situation and think they understand what you have got, what you have given up in order to be in service to the Lord. And every day I can come on, Spirit, and I continue to show up and give and encourage. And because I'm like, well, Lord, this is what you told me I'm supposed to do. But people don't understand that the Lord said, no, you're not going to work. No, you just need to rely on me. So they don't understand that it was days in this particular struggle. Not only am I living in the car, but now this is past, right? But I'm giving y'all the foundation of why the Lord, the Lord gave me this message. Give up the children. They all I got, Lord. I know, but now you got me and you need to have me. So you're going to have to give them up. Okay, Lord, fine. So I did that. Now, don't get a job. What you mean, Lord? I can't even take care of myself. No, you just going to have to depend on me. Mind you, baby Christian here, don't know a whole lot about faith walking and all this kind of stuff, but I just know what the Lord told me to do. Okay, Lord, that's what I'm going to do. So then, of course, I'm still getting online. Then he's like, now you got to talk about your story. You got to show everybody what you're going through. Wait, what, Lord? I don't think I want, why I want to do that. I don't want people to be talking about me, man. Do you care? You're going to have to do this as a requirement. Okay, Lord. So now I got to come up here and I got to talk to people about my testimony, what I'm going through, this whole experience. And I have to learn how to deal with shame and mockery and ridicule and ha ha ha, oh how the mighty have fallen. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, we can hear in the spirit, right? So you don't have to be in a room with somebody. The Lord will let you hear conversations about what people are saying, how people really feel about you, how they're talking about you. Remember, I was the nurse, right? And so unbeknownst to me, people thought that I was something because I was a nurse. I didn't think I was nothing. The nursing was just a job. And so now you can hear the conversations, and it's like, man, now people, oh, look at her now. She ain't nothing. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. He dealt with me through that. So when he brought this back to me last night, as I was getting ready for this morning, and we finna get the cards on it, he was like, whatever the Lord has told you to do, if somebody ain't gonna walk in your shoes, if they're not gonna make that same commitment to the cross, I guarantee you, if the Lord told the half the people who would have something to say about this next experience or whatever you've committed to, if he told them to do it, they would not do it. There's not very many people. As I was laying and just kind of listening to the Lord last night, he was like, it's not a lot of people. He said, if I told them right now, and these are believers, right? These are believers. These are people who hard down believe in the Lord, but they're established. They've got their stuff together. The Lord has blessed them. If the Lord told them, I want you today to leave everything behind and go live in a car for a year. Now, these are people who know the Lord. You walk in the right relationship with him. Would you do it? If the Lord told you to have unwavering faith, would you do it? Would you, how committed to the Lord are you? I can't speak on anybody else. And this also happened in my own life, y'all. I tell this stuff not to try to, because I don't have any shame at this point. I don't feel no type of way. I don't feel nothing, because I know that I'm in service to the Lord, right? I had this happen over the weekend where, and then I ended up having a conversation about it yesterday. But I'm just keep it a buckles, right? I love my family. I do. I love my family. But ain't none of them on this walk with me, right? The Lord gave, I went and took this little job for, it was only a couple of days, y'all, right? I ended up telling somebody about it. As a result of me then quitting the job, because so much of it didn't align with my spirituals, and the Lord was like, that's it, you need to leave. And for me, Lord, but this gonna give me a right now solution. But then I told y'all all last week, it just wasn't resonating in my spirituals. I didn't understand all of it until yesterday, but now I have understanding. But it could have given me some right now help. The Lord said, nope, don't do that, go do this over here. I'm like, what? Now, as a result of me talking, I told somebody about this. They went and told somebody else. So yesterday, I'm sending them, I get a DM, and I was like, I heard you quit the little job. And I got triggered, y'all. I got triggered because I said, it's crazy how somebody who ain't never been on a faith walk with the Lord, who ain't in service to the Lord, can try to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. And I tripped out because I was like, now it's crazy that you'll go tell that, but you ain't telling all that. You ain't telling like, oh yeah, Toya got, and now I'm calling myself Toya in this moment because these people still call me Toya, right? They don't see Touche. They still see Toya. Toya who's settled. Toya, because they don't see that Touche is the one who that the Lord changed me from Toya. He changed my name from Toya to Touche. They don't see that part yet because all they still see is Latoya. And so Latoya who settled, Latoya who messed this up, Latoya who lost the nursing license. Now, ain't nobody went and told nothing about in this year that I've been on this walk with the Lord. Ain't nobody shared the fact that I done created 9 tarot and oracle decks. Ain't nobody shared the fact that I got platforms and I'm sitting up encouraging and motivating and elevating and empowering people as I'm going through my own situations. Ain't nobody shared that. But as soon as you feel like I didn't, because I didn't keep a job that was not resonating in my spirituals because the Lord told me not to, you went and told that. Y'all, if you would not walk in my shoes, you cannot tell me about my walk with the Lord. I know what the Lord has told me to do. So it comes back to, but would you do it? Would you do it? Would you give up everything that you have? Give up relationships, give up living a home. Now, mind you, every decision that is happening is a result of something I did. Don't get it twisted. The Lord didn't take anything from me. My situation is my own because it was my choice. It was my decision. So this ain't that. But would people take what they do, what you have done in your commitment to doing what God has told you to do? Okay. I hope that made sense. We finna pull some cards on it and see what is happening. Jamila said, I started a fast today, and not even 2 hours in, I smoked a cigarette because of the weaknesses in me. But I needed to breathe and surrender my mind, body, and soul. I got this and need this cleaning. True story. And we are sending you much love, light, and healing energy, dearest one. Look, we're not just talking about settling. The settling card just showed up at the bottom of the deck. Listen, it's not an easy task to quit smoking. I did for 20 years. I smoked Black and Mild cigars for 20 years. I had to acknowledge that yesterday as well when I was writing this letter about myself, right? Because the letter was about me. It was about my journey. It was about my experiences and what I've gone through literally in the last 7 years. And so I'm sending you much love, light, and healing energy, dearest one. I want you to know, no, it's not an easy task, but you're gonna make the decision and you're just gonna stop. And you're just gonna stop. I smoked for 20 years, so it's definitely something that I can relate to. But one day I just was just I found myself, even after I quit, I found myself going back a couple of times. Now I haven't smoked in like 2 years, right? But when I would get stressed out, that was when I would get triggered and I would want to smoke. Um, so I understand that. I'll never knock you for it, but I know wholeheartedly and I believe with everything that I am that you're going to beat it because you're just going to make that choice. And so it's a mindset. It's a mindset. When it's a vice, it's something that you have been basically you have conditioned yourself to feeling like you need it. Um, shoot, find something else that's positive. Don't, I would say, don't try to go to food, right? Because you don't want to gain weight, something like that. Every time you feel the urge to smoke, or put a rubber band on your wrist and pop yourself and said, no, no, I said I wasn't going to do that. And because it's just a reminder. Well, whatever you need to do, pray. You're going to have to like just find something. I started, oh my gosh, I was getting ready to say I would start pulling cards, and literally the cards came up right then. So we'll keep that spirituality. Pray, as we were just talking about prayer as well. So only do it. Let's see what else we finna talk about. We have angelic help that's out here, and you're gonna get help from spirituals, right? Patrick God, Spirit, and them gonna come through and help you. So this the thing, y'all. Whatever this new endeavor is, whatever you're stepping into, whatever the Lord has called you into, don't worry about what nobody has to say, because most people, you'll find it's this the thing, it's the settling mentality, it's the stuck mentality that child is gonna keep them. They gonna want you to settle because they are still settled in what it is that they're doing. They haven't gotten the courage up yet. And this is no knock on anybody, but the Lord is giving you an instruction, and only you can fulfill it and do it and take care of it. And some people are never going to have that strength in order to, they're going to stay settled. And we not said no settling this season. Drop that in the chat. No settling this season. Your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path, because you, that's how you gonna know, because you is not gonna rest in your spirituals. Your spirituals gonna be like, this ain't it, this is not enough. So if the Lord, would you do it? A lot of people are not bold enough to, let's say, start a business, but you know that you deserve more than what you have or what you're doing. So allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. You're in a state of avoidance because the action needed is too hard. Be mindful of being around. This is Patrick, guys. Some of y'all, this is just what they said. Yeah, like we can't settle anymore because we know that there's something bigger that's calling to us. There's something more that we're being called to do. What else, y'all? Your angels are blessing you with new opportunities. Your angels are assisting you. Know you will be provided for. You must ask the angels to come into your life and help you. True story. And they will do it. Okay. Spiritual advisor, healer, tarot reader, or anything in the occult. You're being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path right now. Period. Because can't nobody walk your walk for you. Okay. Can't nobody walk your walk with God for you. What y'all said? Child, listen, that's why I feel like I really learned how to, like, I was already doing this. And that's what thank y'all. That's what the Lord was talking to me about this morning. Oh my gosh, I can't make it up. I can read it to y'all. Literally, this is what he was like. Your gift is your own. Yes, I still speak to you in the quiet times, but you learned how to connect with me through your gift. That's why you feel like at times you're not hearing from me. I will finish with you what I started and add to and not take away. I don't know. It's why you desire and yearn to go live. It's why you desire and yearn to connect. It's your source of connection. Anything else I need to say, I will, just like now. Stop fighting against the gifts I have given you. Um, you think a ministry has to be what the world says it is. I am the Lord. I say what a ministry is or is not. Message. And he put that in all caps, y'all. And the reason I can't hardly read it is because when I'm getting those kind of messages, I'm writing fast, right? And so when he told me that this morning, because he's been talking a lot about, like, if I give you a very specific gift, and that came through on this card, y'all. She up here, look, she reading cards, right? And so sometimes it's like you're gonna speak, the Lord gonna speak to you through your gift, through your talent, through your skill, through your ability, and it's not always gonna be like everybody else's. And so for me, a big part of it is when I'm journaling. A big part of it is, of course, when I'm tapped in. That's when I'm connected with the angels and I can really hear them and hear what they're saying, more so than any other time, because it's a different wavelength, it's a different channel. So some of y'all, this message coming through, you're getting ready to step into that gift. I don't know, maybe it's like it's creative, it's something that's going to put you in the flow, something that's going to give you an opportunity to tap in with spirit now. And for some of y'all, if you haven't been doing that, everybody taps in a different way. But if you haven't been really tapped into your creative energy, whatever the Lord gave you, then that may be a difficult thing to do. Okay. Or like you feel like you haven't been as connected. Okay. Period. No selling this season, right? Odd jobs. Odd jobs is the next card that came out. How y'all want to do this? How many? Consider creating multiple streams of income. Second job, odd job, freedom. Come on, child, you better say something. Freedom is more important than financial security. Y'all, I can't make it up. This is exactly why. We're not just talking about the reason that the Lord told me to quit the little job, the job that I had, that I took, not the one that He brought me, the one that I took because I'm thinking, oh, this is what's going to be the income. This is now. He said that ain't what I told you to do, and so to me, I felt like I was settling had I kept that job, and so we're not settling this season. So yeah, you might have to do something like DoorDash, Uber Eats, dog walking. I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to take a transition job, even if it doesn't lead to a career. So everything is temporary. And for a lot of us, we're getting ready to step into something that's permanent, something that's a permanent part of our purpose. And so you can get ready for that. What else? What y'all said? Mm. We're not beating ourselves. We talked about this yesterday, so we're not going to beat ourselves up about decisions that the Lord has already told us to make, because He made them for us. We don't have to make the decision. He's already made it for us. So just know, if you continue to do what He said to do, you're going to reap the rewards from it. But what, like a mm, okay, something about restoring your faith. And I received this because I feel like they are speaking into my spirituals. It's something about, I don't know if your level of faith. Look, she laying on a chessboard. Look at this, y'all. Y'all know the chessboard been coming up so much. This is like another chessboard, right? But she's laying on top of it. It's almost what they're showing me is like the unwavering faith. Are you still believing? Okay, you got to get back to the level of faith that you had before. For some of us, maybe it was just life has been life, and so you haven't been at the same level of faith. And they're giving me the example. Look at the crows right there, y'all. They're giving me the example of like when I started out on this journey versus where I'm at now. And so whenever the Lord come through and check me in my spirituals, He's like, you remember that faith you had when I told you, and this is why I told that story. If you when you remember that faith you had when I told you to leave everything, to leave and go travel to a completely new place that you don't know nothing about. You remember that level of faith that you had? We got to get back to that. So, and I received that because I feel like that's for me as well. We got to get back to the level of faith where we just were like, oh, okay, well, I just knew, y'all. I didn't know anyone where I was going in Texas. I didn't know anyone in Dallas, but the Lord told me to go, and I went. And every step of the way, He made a way. And so He's like, we got to get back to that level of faith, that level of believing, this protection, that Ace of Pentacles, right? You got to get back to that level of faith. And not settle for anything less, because He's always going to show us that He's going to do what He said He's going to do. But for some of us, He's calling us to get back to the level of faith that we had before. The protection card says regeneration and royal power, health protection, protected from evil forces. So yeah, we got to get back to the level of faith, to believing that the things that He's already promised us are going to happen. And then we're going to start to see the results. So what else? What I said? Like settling because you mm-hmm. Because we gotta do something different. We gotta get out of our comfort zone. It's almost like, okay, how do I say that? They want us to switch from a starting from the bottom mentality, and because we've already been at the bottom, so we have to change our mindset and our way of thinking, instead of feeling like we're starting from the bottom and so taking less than what we deserve. We're only taking the things that we deserve, because in previous seasons we have taken less than we had to. Is like we had this mentality, is like, well, you got to start somewhere. And so we would that began a cycle, a pattern of us settling for less than what we actually deserve. And the Lord is trying to get us to think higher than we've done in the past. If you traditionally, I can speak on this myself, taking things that are less than what you deserve, you don't have to start, like, you don't want to start a fresh season, a new season with that energy, because it's hard to break. I hope that made sense. I tried to say it the way they were telling it to me. It's like, if you're starting a new season, are you going to start the season the same way you've always started them? If the Lord is giving you a second chance, are you going to start this with the same attitude or the same mentality, the same mindset? Or are you starting your blank slate, your new season, which I feel like this is happening for a lot of us, especially in the month of April? It's like, are you starting it with a new mindset of abundance? Are you starting it with the mindset of, well, I just got to take what I can get? And I feel like that's where I was getting ready to mess up, because I was starting the season like, think, okay, how can I can use that example, huh? Okay, so when I came to California 7 years ago, I took whatever I could get. I took a job that, what I'm saying, it was like, okay, well, this is just enough to pay the bills, and I'm just good with that, right? And so as a result of that, that's literally what I did for an entire 7 year cycle, versus the Lord giving me a fresh set of 7 years, and me going into it with a different mindset, and like, no, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not settling, because I know, message, that I deserve more. I know that there's more for me in this season. And so a lot of us, because He's resetting us and He's putting us on, like, He's changing our path. A lot of us have had to pivot. We're going in different directions. You may be doing something that He's giving you completely new instructions, but He's wanting, and we have to start with a different mindset. We have to start with an abundant mindset versus a lack mindset. And so I hope I said that right. I hope that made sense, because we don't want to start this season with a settling mindset. We're just not going to do it. What else? We have dreaming that is coming up next. This says, pay attention to your dreams, seeing beyond your present reality, and pursue your dreams. Because that's the thing. We're not going to settle for less than what the Lord has promised us. And I had to tell myself that this weekend. I say, well, you know what? this, what I did, even though I started, like, as soon as it's crazy, y'all, as soon as I made the decision, and I know the long-term benefits of it, it was like immediately my mind started being like, you shouldn't have done that. You should have did such and such, 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 such. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But for me, I'm like, but it's going to be, this is something towards the Lord, what the Lord has told me. And it was like almost immediately, y'all, I started hearing this chatter about, you was wrong for that. You should have did that. You should have da. You should have kept the job. You should have. And it was like almost immediately. So just be very mindful. Look in the shadows right behind that. Just know it's like, man, listen, be mindful of your mind trying to tell you about making mistakes, but the Lord is already giving you instructions on how to move towards your purpose. Okay. Pay attention to your dreams, because Spirit may be trying to tell you something, seeing beyond your present reality. And that's what this is coming through on, right? Seeing beyond your present reality. Like, I'm not looking at where I'm at right now. Whatever I'm making investments in, thank y'all. That's how we gonna look at that, huh? You're investing in your dreams. You're investing in your future. You're not investing into your present reality. You're at that. And so for some of us, we're in this position. The Lord is like, listen, whatever this seed is, period, we receive it. Whatever this seed is, child, we invested into our future, into our dreams, into our purpose, into what the Lord has given us to pursue. We're not investing into our present reality. Look at the crossroads card that came up in the other day. So crucial decision must be made. Moments of change, make it or break it. Then we have the rise that's coming up after that, coming out. This says rebuilding from the ground up, reborn as someone different, rise from the ashes. Can't make it up. Both of these cards, not and not even in these decks. It was actually other ones that we used that was talking about regeneration, the rise, rebuilding, regrowth, a second chance, like really stepping into a new beginning. So some of us, this was crazy. I want to say the crossroads card came up in this other day, because it's like and it's coming back again. We got to make a choice, y'all. The choice is ours. We can either choose to live in the old cycle with the old energy, with the old mindset, or we can choose to elevate. We can choose to advance. We can choose to rebuild and be reborn as something different. And most of us, we've already gone through that experience, because the Lord has done that for us, because we decided to follow him. So I look at it like the transition that's happening, child. The Lord and he did a new thing within you. He's already began to begin to make you out to who you're going to be in this season of your life. So come on, success at the bottom of the deck. So it's simply about believe it or receive it, determination, inspiration, motivation. Some of you, you're definitely message, getting ready to step into like being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and this part of your destiny is part of your purpose. And if you start doing that, child, it's because the Lord had already told you you're not meant to work for someone else. It's like our businesses are what's going to leave the legacy, leave the impact, create the generational wealth. What you said? We choosing to be successful. We're determined to be successful in this season. We're determined that we're gonna, whatever we have to overcome, whatever the challenge is, whether it's something internal, whatever it is, you have angelic help that are helping you to make your dreams become a success. I should have did that. Y'all said that. I should have put the cards out here. It's like you're protected from failure. What y'all said, because this is the thing, y'all. You've already been at the bottom. It's why we're not starting with that started at the bottom mentality. We're not doing that because we've already been at the bottom. So now we're starting this new season knowing that we're already at the top, knowing that we're already abundant, knowing that we come on awakening, knowing that we're already in our winning season. Yesterday I could not stop listening to the song. I think it's called You Will Win. I don't know her last name. I think her first name is Jacqueline, but it's a song. My daughter sent it to me like over the summertime. She had a whole moment one day and she just was like in the car and she listened to that song and it just hit her in her spirituals. And so she ended up sending me the song. And then after she sent it to me, she called me and we listened to the song together. And she was just crying, crying, crying. And I was just like, OMG. So I kept telling myself yesterday, I was like, and there's this part, OMG, there's this part in that song where she's like, lay hands on yourself and tell yourself, it's my winning season. This is my winning season. Drop that in the chat. This is my winning season. Spirituality, we just talked about this on this awakening card. In the ethers, transformation, intuitive development. This is on this card as well. So some of you, maybe you're stepping into a more spiritual path. Jacqueline Card, thank you, dearest one. I couldn't remember her last name, but I remember her name was that the song is called You Will Win. And I had it because of my daughter. And so yesterday I just kept on, it was just on repeat. And I just kept telling myself, man, this is my winning season. Message, this is my winning season. I'm winning. All I do is win. Like I had to keep telling myself that yesterday, y'all, like this is my winning season. And we have to start speaking that. And I told y'all the Lord, and he speak those things that are not as if and until. I didn't start saying as if and until they are. I'm not going to stop telling myself I'm winning in this season. I'm not going to stop telling myself that I have abundance in this season. I'm not going to settle for anything less than what I deserve. They wanted me to go back to this settling and odd jobs real quick and just say and talk about, because this said you're in a, let me see, sometimes it's okay to take a transition job, even at not that one. Okay, which one? Second job, odd job. Freedom is more important than financial security. So what they wanted me to point out on this, y'all, okay, there was such a difference between me going and being in an establishment, right? Because again, this is all about alignment with purpose. When there's something you want to do, you're not going to mind spending the time. But when it's something that you have to do, you ain't going to be as interested in spending the time, right? You're not going to want to, you're going to be looking at something like, man, and this is me. You mean I got to be in here for 8 hours on my feet? Like, and it's not even something I want to do. It's just something necessary. And it's not really even necessary. What I realized in that moment, y'all, and we had the freedom card yesterday, my freedom is more important than the money that I would have made up there. And I cannot make people, I can't make people understand that unless you've had a taste of freedom. I've been free for 2 years. So it was very difficult for me to go into an establishment and just be in there, because I was like, well, first of all, I could have went and found something else to do that would have been paying a little bit more change, right? Because put a little more change in my pocket. And so, oh, that's a whole nother win. Do I talk about that now? So, well, I don't even go with the message though. Okay, I'm back. Let me write it down so I don't forget, because that might be something else. Hold on, y'all. Don't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna put that. Not the crow just flew by. Y'all didn't have to show out. Okay, hold on, nothing else. Real life tarot. Child, I had to write that because that's going to be for a whole nother day. Anyway, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. So just know that your freedom will become more important than settling for something that you know is not resonating in your spirituals. And you're going to know because you're just going to be like, I just ain't even going to be able to do it, dog. Like it just ain't even resonating for me. That's just not who I am. That's not what. So then so hence me going and finding another little odd job, but still allows me freedom. It still allows me to be outside. It still allows me to not feel so confined and trapped in. So sometimes you have to, and I feel like that'd be a test too. Like, are you willing to take something? Like, what is the price of freedom? We talked about that the other day. What is the price of freedom? What are you willing to pay? Are you willing to go and do something that maybe seems less than enough, but still allows you to have your freedom? Like, what is the price of freedom for you? So spirituality, some of you might definitely be saying it's like the Lord finna bring you in a win, period. So we just have to believe that. And some of us, we're awakening to that fact, like we're gonna win regardless. The Lord already said so. Celebration, big win, appreciation, promotion, elevation. This is also elevation and spiritual gifts as well. Some of you, maybe that's the thing. You could be called into doing something. I don't know. Something very spiritual. That may be a spiritual purpose. Like your person, come purpose. Come on, revelation with the tower, the transformation card up under that. Breakup, sudden and unexpected change, chaos, surprise, hidden enemies. So there may be some revelation that's coming through for some of y'all as well. Like maybe maybe you just decide, like, I'm going, like I said, what would you do it? Would you take this full time, like leave your full-time job? And I'm not telling you to just step out there, because let me also tell y'all, it is not easy to just step out and become an entrepreneur with no plan, just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. First of all, you don't, y'all, this is me. And I know that the Lord did this. Well, I did it, but it was a lesson, right? Put a plan in place. That's the easiest thing that I can say. I did not have a plan when I became an entrepreneur when I became an entrepreneur 2 years ago. I had no idea what entrepreneuring was. Like, I had no idea, y'all, the commitment it takes. I didn't have a plan in place. I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. The day I decided I quit, that was the day they ended my contract, and I have been on this journey ever since. And I realized the Lord did it in a very specific way. Even though I feel like if I had known, if I had made better decisions, I feel like things would have progressed differently. But it is what it is, right? So if you're thinking about starting a business, it's the same thing when you get ready to go find a new job. You beef up your resume, you put your CV together, you do certain things, certain steps in order to prepare for that. And I'm telling y'all, if that's something that creates success, create a path of success for whatever it is that you're getting ready to do, because it's a lot harder to do it as you go. And I'm speaking from experience, because you don't want to, yes, you want to, it's okay, I guess, but it's a lot harder to just fly by the seat of your pants. Than it is to actually formulate and have a plan for whatever it is that you're going to do. If you can save up some money before you do it, do that, because you're going to incur costs. Okay. It's like you're going to incur things for whatever you're getting ready to step into. So just be prepared for it. Like, try to be as prepared as you can. There's some things you can't prepare for, but I would be prepared for it if possible. Okay. What else? What y'all said? Somebody's getting ready to experience a sudden and unexpected change. It may seem a little bit chaotic, but this is necessary. It feels like it's being orchestrated, of course, by Padre God. So just know that you're going to be protected in this season. It may not feel like it, but they said that, yeah, okay. So it might have been something that you had already been prompted to do. And sometimes we miss instructions, y'all. Sometimes we don't hear everything. Sometimes we ignore some things, or we put things off. And that's when the tower comes in, and then we get pushed. And then Padre God to push us right off the ledge. Now he gonna catch us on the other side, because he's not just gonna leave you out there. But a lot of times when the chaos that happens, when it's something that we've neglected, we haven't listened, we haven't been obedient, and then something will just pop up, and then all of a sudden but then you're gonna hear Spirit, Padre God and Spirit, and be like, well, we told you it was time. We told you it was time to make the move. We told you it was time to do something different. So now you're going to have to deal. Every action has a reaction. Everything, there's cause and effect, right? Cause and effect. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Cause and effect. If this is the decision or lack thereof, because not making a decision is still a decision. It's like, okay, this is the result of that. So just know that. So something unexpected, and this doesn't have to be bad either. The tower is not always bad. I think the tower has a bad rap. The tower is just revelation. This could be insight, wisdom, knowledge that is coming in. Some of you might choose, like you may be choosing a one-odd job over another one. You may just discover something unexpected that is going to come in, because the tower is revelation. It's something that's coming in. The Lord giving you divine wisdom, insight, knowledge, downloads about what it is that you're going to do. And it may not make sense, but you could choose not to do it. But because you always have a choice. He gives us free will, but he feels like he's getting ready to reveal something to you about the next step, but you're gonna have to choose which direction you're going to go in. I don't know. For me, it didn't make sense that to take this particular job over keeping the other one, because I would have stayed. Y'all, one thing about it, if I commit to something, like, okay, well, I'm gonna stay, right? I'm gonna do what the Lord, because he told me to go. So I went, and then he was like, now quit. And I'm like, what? So whatever, but it's just not gonna make sense. But just know that it all serves a purpose, and then we'll talk about that. That ain't gonna be on the calendar till next month. Okay, Black, come on, Lord. Blessings for obedience. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. So tell me, y'all, it's a plan unfolding, something's unfolding. Final words of guidance. Let's get some angel numbers, and then we're gonna close it out, because I feel like this is literally saying, listen, you have angelic help, you have angelic support. He's already given his angels like their assignments and helping you, to help you build, grow, and create, and to help you establish. So obedience is better than sacrifice. 29:11 may be a number that you're seeing as well. They also gave me 911 this morning. So some of y'all may be seeing that number. 1726 coming back again. 526, as well as 711. So take that how it resonates in your spirituals. You may be seeing those numbers, so just pay attention for those. Some of y'all getting ready to choose your dreams, to pursue you're getting ready to pursue your dreams. Maybe for whatever reason you have put them on the back burner, and it happens, y'all. It happens. It happens. You'll get distracted, or you'll get caught up in everyday life, and you'll put your dreams on the back burner. Look at the Lord coming up in the middle of this spread, y'all. Let me just say that, right? The Lord literally coming up in the middle of this spread. Awakening. Some of you, this is what you're going through, a spiritual awakening, and it's a real deal thing, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that happened for me this weekend. I cannot make it up. It's like a spiritual awakening that you're going through. So just know, that's for a lot of us, that's what's happening. So yes, you're getting a lot more revelation. You're understanding more about what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Come on, 411. Let's see what else. What transformation is on this card? Somebody finna get ready to experience a win that is going to be transformative. That's this revelation that's coming in. Somebody can feel this coming. You can feel that. You can feel it's coming, because the Lord, you've never stopped having your angels protecting you. Whatever this last season was that you felt like you didn't have any help, look, it came back. So I'm gonna keep it 411. Whatever this last season was that you felt like you didn't have any help, you had a lot of help. Your angels were always with you. The Lord did not send you out into the wilderness. Even in the wilderness, as we've read, y'all, the Lord still protected the Israelites. They still had help. He was still there with them. He still gave his angels charge over them to keep them and us in all our ways. So just know that. And so I don't know, what, not believing in what, y'all? Child, I'ma just keep it a buckles with y'all. If you don't know nothing else, if you got to know angels are real. I tell y'all, and you got to know God is real. Like, y'all, look at we just talked about this. Come on, 757. Look at your life and see where the Lord has literally, there's no way that you could have gotten through something, overcome something without the help of the Lord. There's just no way that you could have done it. There's no possible way. It seems like a miracle to us. It seems like that there's no way you can look back on a season, a situation, and be like, man, how did I even get through that? I gave the Lord gratitude just yesterday, because I was like, man, Lord, like, this been a long year. I'm so grateful that, the season is changing and that I'm stepping into something different. And so I just started thinking about like this entire journey of just being nomadic and traveling around like the Israelites in the wilderness, right? To all these different places I've been, and how I've been protected in every place, y'all. No matter where I've been protected. I've had a shield, a hedge of protection over me. There's nobody but the Lord that could have done that, y'all, because it wasn't anything on my strength. Because understand, I be sleep. When I finally get some sleep, I may wake up 50 times a night. But when I finally close my eyes, who you think is standing over me, protecting me, making sure that I can catch a few hours of sleep before I'm up again, because I be up like 4 to 10, like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. or later. That's like my normal schedule, y'all. And so who you think it is that's protecting me and keeping me safe and making sure that I'm only in environments where there's not to say that things can't happen, but I've been in safe places and safe spaces. And that's because of the Lord, y'all. He goes before us. When we say, Lord, go before me, Lord, order my steps, Lord, go clear the path for me. There's nowhere that I've been that the Lord didn't go before me, that he didn't go first to let me know, okay, this is the place. Okay, go here. Don't go there. Okay, you don't need to be in this neighborhood. Like, y'all, real deal. The Lord will, he goes before us. He clears out the path. He makes a way. And then he's like, okay, now come on. Yesterday on Sunday Spirituality, we talked about like how the Lord will be there and he'll be pulling you up. He's already, wherever you're going, he's already there. He's already done it. He's already made a way for you to get there. We be scared because it's like you like, Lord, I don't know about over there, child. What's over there? Who over there? It's like, think about it. Y'all so foolish. Think about you. Somebody invites you to go somewhere, and you be like, "Who are there?" I don't know if I want to go, but the Lord is like, "I'm here, so you need to come on." Okay, 411, first number, receiving divine instructions, knowledge being passed down, secret and hidden information. So it's just about come on. 633. That card came out yesterday. We've been talking about alignment, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Just put this in the chat. He's already there. The Lord is already there, y'all. He's already there. And for some of us, maybe we're having that revelation. Maybe he's already in the business that you're getting ready to create. He's already at the new job that you're getting ready to step into. He's already in the new relationship that he's bringing into your life. Whatever it is, he's already there. Okay, what else? Child, for real. 144 is the next card to come out. Perception, understanding, discernment. Understanding that this is a new season and we all we do is win this season, and we're not accepting anything less than wins. We're not accepting anything less because we don't have to. The Lord has promised us so much more, y'all, and that's the thing. I'll be like, man, this ain't what the Lord said. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. And when I get that he ain't say that moment, that'll change. That changes everything for me, y'all. When I know, it's like when I start, he ain't say that. He didn't do that. The Lord done told me to do some stuff or not do some stuff. And I'll be like, what was the last one? Well, besides the other day, the Lord, I was coming back to California, and the Lord had very specifically told me to come to Los Angeles, not San Diego, Los Angeles. And I was like, but there was something, the enemy came in, Whoop was trying to, it was, matter of fact, my car was getting ready to be repossessed. And so I got a text message and they were like, your car has been assigned for repossession. And I was like, OMG, let me go to San Diego instead of going to Los Angeles, because if I go to Los Angeles, then I'm not going to have nobody if they come pick up my car. And then I was like, the Lord didn't say that. I said this on whenever the live was. I think I was in like Arizona or Phoenix or something. I was one of them states. And I was just like, the Lord ain't say that. He ain't tell me to go to San Diego. He said go to Los Angeles. He said that's what he said. And so I said, you know what? Remember I just talked about going back to that kind of faith, y'all. All I have is my faith. I don't be knowing from one day to another, but all I have is my faith in the Lord and in his promise and what he said he's going to do. And so that's why he brought that up and said, we got to get back to having that type of faith. And so I did. I came to Los Angeles. Instead of everything in me was trying to make me go to San Diego, but I was like, that ain't what the Lord said. He ain't tell me that. He said for me to go over here to Los Angeles, and so that's where I'm gonna go, and that's what I did. And so sure enough, he still continued to work things out for my good, and so I'm grateful for that, because he continues to just do. He just continues to do. He continues to show up for me, because he's already there wherever you're going. 226, the next card to come out. This number is chasing me right now, y'all. I cannot make it up. 226, time for a breakthrough, receiving signs and synchronicities, believe in miracles. Okay, believe in miracles. What else? Which I said, good morning, dearest one. Good morning. What else, child? What? Some of y'all are definitely getting signs and synchronicities that your breakthrough is happening. Your breakthrough is coming, that you're getting ready to have something to celebrate, something somebody finna have a dream. What, like an opportunity? Mm-hmm. Somebody, yep. What kind of revelation? It's almost for somebody's something that you have been dreaming about is like is unfolded. What now? Like, yeah, now. Go back to February 26th and see if something is significant may have happened for you on that day. That's not going to be everybody message, but and also April the 11th. Go back to that day and see if something significant. See what you wrote. See what you wrote down. Message. Yep. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So go back to those days and see there may have been something significant. Matthew 6:33 may be a number you're seeing as well. For some of you, you're going to start seeing that number more because it's going to indicate for you that you're in alignment. So you may be seeing like in alignment and walking the right path or either made the right decision. What else? Yeah, they're going to ancestors 358 as well. The ancestors have your back. You're protected. Family affairs. We already have the protection card out here, and we were talking about that, y'all. Like you have, mm-hmm. That's why it's been so difficult, child, because you breaking ancestral karma off of just you. You're not just breaking stuff off of you. Sometimes we think that we're just experiencing something because it's just us. No, you're breaking generational karma and curses, like things that have been passed down. Y'all think stuff ain't hereditary if you want to. Things are hereditary, y'all. Like you're literally breaking karma off of yourself, your ancestral line. That they like there were people in your family who were meant to do it and could they failed, they didn't do it, and so you are the one that's now being required to do it. So this is why for some of us it's going to be different. It could be addictions. I went through that with my own family. My mama, y'all know my mama died from a drug overdose 2 days before my birthday from prescription pills. So then I ended up being addicted to prescription pills. So that was something that had to be broken off of my family line, right, before it passed down to my children. If you have, so this could be physical abuse. If you've been in, my mama was physically abused, I ended up in a physically abusive relationship. So you have to understand poverty. That's another, thank y'all. Poverty is another one. If everybody in your family been piss poor, then guess what? You may be the one who is saying the buck stops with me. You not just why you think it's so hard to become a millionaire? Why you think that the Lord is, I mean, that the enemy is fighting you tooth and nail to keep you from your inheritance, to keep you from stepping into that abundance? Because that is breaking a stronghold, a chain, a yoke that has been on your entire family line. That's why it's so difficult. That's why it's so challenging, because it's bigger than you. We don't oftentimes, we think that it's just our situation. I literally was telling my dad the other day, I was like, child, ain't nobody in my family ever tried to do anything, y'all. There's not one business owner in my family. And I'm talking about on my mama's side. I don't really know about on my biological dad's side. When I say my dad, I'm referring to my stepdad, y'all. So I can't speak, or I don't know about on my dad's side, on my bio dad's side, but on my mom's side, all we ever knew was broke and struggling. Ain't nobody, and people, and I love my family, but let me tell you something. Ain't nobody never tried to start no business. Ain't nobody never been exposed to any kind of luxury, any different type of life than everybody has ever known. And so here I am trying to break this curse off of my family. And I have an uncle, and he don't watch me, but he would say that, like, it's one of those moments where it's just like, that's just not for us, or you ain't gonna like that. Not that they've said this, but they comfortable with just what they have. I'm not comfortable, y'all. I'm not comfortable with just what I have. I'm just not. And so that's me fighting every day, getting up, going live, doing the Lord's work, knowing that there's more for me. So the reason it's so hard is because most of us ain't never experienced it. If you ain't never experienced it, you gonna look at it in TV and think it's just for the people over there. No, it's for us too. We don't have to what? Settle. Okay. So with that being said, you got a whole team of angels, right, that are working to push you forward to make this happen for yourself, y'all. Why? Because they can do it. You think they up there talking about, man, we just want her to be broke for the rest of her life, man, we just want him to never have nothing. No, they want you to leave a legacy. They want you to leave something better for the next generations, because they weren't able to do it. They weren't able to accomplish that task. So the book, now you have the mantle, now it's your responsibility, and we're stepping into that. So this is why we say you got support. You got angels that are pushing you, encouraging you, telling you, I know you tired, but come on, get up. Come on. Just like they had to lift up Moses' arm. Okay, we gonna put some people around you who gonna uplift you, elevate you, encourage you, inspire you. You got to be around the right people. Now, you can't be around people with a settling mindset. Nope, we can't be around them, because they gonna want you to settle. They gonna want you to stay in that same stuck mentality, stuck mindset. All of this works together, y'all, for the good of those who love the Lord. But just saying, it's like, why you think the Lord be like, you can't stay around stuck people? They don't want nothing. They that's all. They good with everything that they got, but you like, no, this ain't enough for me. I want some more. Okay, good. Let's move these people out the way. Let me put some people around you who want more, who want success, who want prosperity, who want to be a blessing to others, who want to see a different type of life than they've already known. Successful people don't surround themselves with broke people, because broke people have a broke people mindset, and we just not in that season. That's why we start businesses, because we don't want to slave for somebody else. We want to have something of our own. We want to leave a legacy. We want to create an impact. So you have help, you have protection. I hope that helps somebody. So just know, this is family. It's like family affairs. You breaking stuff off of everybody, child, with whatever you're doing. You picking up the mantle, because they weren't able to do it. Hey, Papa, there go my Papa confirming that message. Okay. A heavenly guardian, protection from a guardian angel, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Okay, just telling you, you got help, you got support. My Papa be like, he in there. Okay. Like, telling y'all. So just know, that's why it seems like a lot of times it's like it seems the hardest thing to do is break something that is a generational curse, y'all. This is so much bigger than us and so much deeper than us. What else? Because we finna be done, y'all. We have 1233. That number's chases me as well. Your determination is paying off. Stay focused on the goals. Speak your life into existence. Remember, we just talked about speak those things that are not as if they are, okay? And as if and until they are, because it's coming, it's happening. 414, 1033, 1616. There go the tower, revelation. So just know that's what we're stepping into, y'all. Fresh energy, like fresh, like, and a lot of this is coming up as well, y'all. We have a full moon that's happening tomorrow, the full moon in Scorpio. And I talked about yesterday how a lot of deep emotions, deep and hidden things, like Scorpio energy is deep. So you may find yourself being a little emotional. You may find yourself thinking about some things from the past. And I ain't talking about this just little surface level stuff. I'm talking about deep wounds, deep healing, deep trauma. Scorpio will bring that energy out. Okay. Scorpio will bring that energy out. So, amen. Spirit is helping us at untethering me from those negative curses and things in my family. All of us, y'all, all of us. This is something that is, and of course, because we're in alignment, y'all, it's all of us. It's not just you, it's not just me. This is all of us being in alignment. And the Lord working through us, child. We just not, because this the thing. Once you recognize what it is, then you'll have the ability to beat it. But you got to know, it's so much bigger than us. We think about generational, but we think forward. We think we're just talking about like our children before or after us. No, baby, we breaking off stuff from the people who didn't have the time or the opportunity to break things off, y'all, when they were alive for whatever reason. Me and my mom was just chopping it up the other day, and I told her that I feel like I picked up where she left off. At one point, if you've been with me since I was in Dallas, living in Dallas over the summertime, my mama lived in Dallas for a minute, but I have no idea why. I don't know what it was about. I have no clue. And so, but I feel like it was in Dallas where my mama lost her way. I feel like my mama's she was very much tapped in, very much high priestess energy, but I had no idea about that until she got into spirituals. It's not something, well, we had an experience. One day I'm going to tell y'all about that. It was the craziest thing. And it's what kept me away from spirituality for a long time up until I started stepping into it. Hey, my niece, Booski Wooski. And so, it's like, so I feel like I picked up where my mama left off. So check this out, y'all. Just this is random, and then we finna be done, right? But my mama was very much tapped in, very much into spirituality, and I had no idea of this, right? My daddy, my biological dad is a pastor. Here I am combining two completely different things, because my mama wasn't like churchy. We didn't grow up in the church, none of that. Y'all know that. But and here I am, like one day my mama told me, I heard her so clearly tell me, she was like, you got two bloodlines, like, because I'm thinking that the reason I'm stepping into this part of my purpose and really, connected with God and just really, being obedient and listening to him is because of my dad. But unbeknownst to me, a big part of it had to do with my mom, because she was like, you got two, this came to you because of both sides of your family. But I had no idea until she shared that with me. So just, I don't know, it's just like, but it also made me understand, like, picking up mantles and having to break things off of our ancestral lines, y'all. There are things that are on my dad's side that I'm even working through with my own family, just seeing like his relationship with his dad and how it was almost non-existent, and seeing those same things, like, not that they didn't get along or anything, but I didn't know my grandfather, and he lived in Clearwater, Florida, but I think I only met him maybe 3 times in my life, y'all. And so, but knowing that makes me understand why, because y'all, how do I say that? They can only pass down what they know. So with my dad, it's seeing his relationship with his dad and his mom and understanding why he has the relationship he has with me, or lack thereof, or with my, like with my brother, right? Or lack thereof, like the relationship that we don't have with each other. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of distance, there's a lot of separation. Then flip to my mama's side, and she was never nurtured. Her mama didn't know how to be a nurturing parent, because guess what? My great grandmama, baby, y'all, the lady was so mean. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. But then I can look back and see myself as a child, and I see how I understand why my mama didn't know how to parent me and my sister. Does that make sense? So this is the thing. So this is why I try every day. Like, I have great relationships with my children, y'all, and I'm so grateful for that, because and even though me and my mama were good, we went through our trials and tribulations. I understand why my mama wasn't like the nurturing parent, the loving parent. Like, she wasn't all lovey-dovey with me and my sister, because she never received that. She didn't have a mama who was compassionate with her. And I know this because of the way she parented us. So just know it's bigger than us. So it's why sometimes these yokes, these chains are so hard to break, y'all, because it goes deep. Those roots run deep. And so, but we ain't gonna worry about it. We gonna do our best to overcome it. We gonna break those chains. We're committed to that. We're committed to breaking it. Like, we just not gonna keep living. We're not gonna pass it on. I'm not passing any of that trauma and toxicity on to my children. I told my kids that just yesterday. I was like, baby, I ain't always been the best, but I'm so grateful that they are seeing me as the best version of myself. because they have their own healing and trauma to work through as well, as a result of what I didn't know, what I wasn't able to give them when I was in my younger years and going through my own traumatic experiences. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody. That's it, y'all. That's all I got. Y'all, hydrate your soul and things. Drink your water, say your gratitude. Just know whatever this giant, because they just said Goliath, whatever this Goliath is, whatever it is that you're working so diligently to break off of your family, but to change in your life, whatever it is, it's been there for a while. That's why it seems like it's so difficult and challenging to break. But we gonna do it. We're not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna worry about what was. We're just making a commitment to changing what it is moving forward. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. That's all we can do. And with it today, as we're stepping into the full moon is tomorrow, there may be some luck. There may be a shift, some revelation that's happening as well, y'all, because today is it's a conjunction day. So y'all can go read about that Jupiter Uranus conjunction. So expect the unexpected today. That's what I'm going to say. Expect the unexpected. Okay. That's it. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, hydrate your soul and things, drink your water, say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and amazing day in purpose and on purpose. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all in real life. Bye, y'all.